What's good? What's good with your fam? Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey man, listen, man. This is my first time using the StreamYard thing, man. So let me make sure everything is copacetic before I continue. Okay. It's gonna take a little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit getting used to, man. I was trying to, do the way I usually do my streams, but for some reason was not able to was not able to do it, man. So I had to boot up this StreamYard thing and see what's going on with it, man. But yeah, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. You know, let me make sure. Let me make sure. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right back with you.
Joining us around the world, it's showtime! Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. We are firemen! The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat. Mike Tyson has been knocked out. Down goes Vargas on a big left hook. So much power, so much intensity in the punches. Right hand by Wood. On to the fight. Wobbles Kovalev.
All right, we good. We good. What's good with your fam? Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, man, listen, man. First off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Javante Tank Davis, man. Shouts out to Javante Tank Davis. He was able to make weight on his second attempt. He came in at 134.8. The first attempt, from what I gather, is that the scale they were using in the hotel room was calibrated a little bit different than the one that they had at the venue, man. So he came in the first attempt a pound and some change over. But Javante Tank Davis, he came back and made the weight as a professional should, man. I know a lot of people that hate on Tank, a lot of people that just want to find something to say about Tank is going to harp on this, man. They're going to make videos about this. They're going to say Tank is unprofessional. They're going to say Tank is not doing things properly, man. You know what I'm saying? And when the fact of the matter is, man, it just was a little mix up in the scales. Tank missed weight before on his biggest fight, biggest stage on the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor undercard against Francisco. What is dude's last name? Fonseca. You know what I'm saying? Where he came in overweight. Lost his title. You know what I'm saying? That was a big letdown, and Tank vowed to never miss weight again, man. And up until this point, he never did. You know what I'm saying? He came in the first attempt a little heavy, but he was able to make weight for the fight. So you cannot count this as a missed weight. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Tank for excuse me, for getting his weight done and handling his business, man. But I'm looking forward to the fight, man. I'm looking forward to this fight. We got a lot of people that's going to be down in Atlanta for the fight. Got a nice card opening up with Jose Uzatiki. He's going up against Lionel Thompson at super middleweight. Now Lionel has fought his whole career at light heavyweight, but he's moving down to face Uzatiki for this matchup. Uzatiki, we know, lost his title to Caleb Plant, which brings his record to 29-3. And I think this dude, Thompson, who I don't know much about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to front like I do. I don't know much about Thompson, but Thompson got a record of 21-5. He is the underdog. We know Uzatiki can thump. He got some power with him. Although that power did not show up in that Caleb Plant fight. I was one of those guys who thought Uzatiki was going to come in there and chop Caleb Plant all up, man, chop him down. But Caleb Plant shocked me, man. He surprised me. He showed up. And he went in there and did what he had to do, man. He dropped Uzataki. He basically schooled him. You know what I'm saying? And on that day, Caleb Plant earned my respect, man. Uzataki stated that he wanted that rematch. He wanted bad. He talks about he didn't train right for that fight and all that kind of talk right there. All the usual excuses when somebody loses, man. You know what I mean? Andy Ruiz made a ton of excuses. We know that. You understand? And we're gonna see what happens tomorrow night when he goes up against Lionel Thompson, man, seeing if he could do it. But the co-main event, man, John Pascal going up against Badu Jack, the gritty, the tough, the warrior, Badu Jack, man, who I didn't think he would be back for a long time after suffering that deep gash in the middle of his forehead from a headbutt that was caused in the fight against Marcus Brown. Now, Marcus Brown took his WBA title that night. I do believe all the blood and all the blood and things like that had a lot to do with Badu Jack's performance, man. But Marcus Brown went on to face uh, John Pascal. It was just supposed to be a showcase fight. Everybody thought Pascal was over the hill. Man, he got what, 5 losses, 6 losses. He's 34-6. He lost 2 fights to Kovalev. He lost. He lost 6 times, man. So we thought Marcus Brown was just gonna come in there and outbox Pascal, which he pretty much did the whole fight. But Pascal's power came into fruition, man. Pascal was able to drop Marcus Brown's ass a few times, man, and eventually get the stoppage, man. So, John Pascal shows that, he's still got something left in the tank. When they asked him about it at the weigh-in, man, he said it's a lifestyle. It's the way he lives, man. It's the way that he prepares, man. And sort of like Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins fought to what? He was 50 years old, and that was because of the way he eat, the way that he lived. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out partying and drinking and putting all those bad things in his body. No, no, he did it the right way, the championship way. When you are active as a fighter and you take your craft seriously, man, I think you should adapt this fighter's lifestyle, which means get rid of that party and get rid of that that blowing up in weight if you don't got no fight and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? So John Pascal, you know what I'm saying, he is ready for Badu Jack. Badu Jack, we know, is a warrior. He can be hurt though. He can be hurt. John Pascal got that explosive power, and we'll see what happens, man. I got my man speak your mind sports in the building. D Jefferson's, man. He says, "What up, my dude? I'm getting ready to start a basketball live. Just wanted to come in and hit the like button and show my support. Tank struggles on the scales at a higher weight. Bad news, fam. I appreciate you stopping through, man. But Tank came back and made that weight, man. You know what I'm saying? Tank came back and made it as a professional should. You know what I'm saying? So we can't count that as a missed weight. You know what I mean? I got my man James West in the building. What's up with you, fam? He said, "What's up, Will? Just heard about Tank, and you were the first source I checked. My man, I appreciate you always showing up and showing out, man. You've been supporting since day one, man, and I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Tank came in a little heavy, man. He came in a little heavy. Um, but they give you an hour to come back and make weight. From what I gather, the scales that Team Tank had at the hotels were a little different than the ones they had, at the venue, and thus he came in 1 pound and some change overweight, but he was able to make that weight with no problem. Came in at 134.8, and we do have a title fight, man. It will be for the WBA regular lightweight title, and we'll see what happens, man. My man Jarrell Hood in the building, man. What's good with you, fam? Jarrell says, I don't know how cool that was for Tank to push Gamboa at the weigh-in, failed the first weigh-in, made the second. I heard, yeah, he made that second, man. And I think that that push was a little bit of frustration. You know what I mean? Because I watched it back a few times, man, to see if Gamboa mumbled something or looked at him crazy or, did something strange, you know what I mean? But Gamboa ain't say nothing. You know what I mean? He was quiet. His mouth didn't move and he didn't frown up his face and mean mug him or nothing, man. Tank just showing that frustration, a little bit of embarrassment for Nat coming in the first time. The first time he weighed in, man, and I think he wanted to, sell the fight a little bit, and he gave him a push, And right after that push, Tank got ghost. You know what I'm saying? He got ghost. He was gone in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? But Gamboa and Team Gamboa, they ain't know that. Everybody went crazy, pandemonium on the stage, and it lasted for quite some time. Gamboa still trying to get over to where Tank was at, but Tank been gone, fam. Tank been gone, man. You know what I mean? But we'll see what's up, man. We'll see what's up. My man Derek Bailey in the house. What's good with you, fam? He says salute. Big face it worldwide, man. Salute to you, fam. I appreciate you always showing up, man. Um, my man Hood says, yeah, frustrated and embarrassed. No doubt. That's what it had to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what it had to be. And also, he wanted to sell the fight a little bit more. Now Gamboa's mad. You know what I'm saying? His trainer jumped up there. Stacy McKinney, who I really don't dig Stacy McKinney. He's worked with some of the greats, Mike Tyson in the past. Notably, he was working with Mary Mon. And he was in Mary Mon's corner when Iman fought Jose Ramirez, you know what I'm saying? And the first half of the fight, Jose was getting the best of Amiri Mom, but Amiri Mom was having some moments because he was stayed on that stick. You know what I mean? He kept that jab out there. He stayed on it. And for some reason, you know what I'm saying? Some reason the second half of the fight, Stacy McKinney, he told Amiri Mom to abandon the jab and bang with Jose Ramirez, man. You know what I'm saying? He told him to forget about the jab. And therefore, they went shoulder to shoulder, head to head, pretty much in the middle of the ring, man. And Jose Ramirez beat Mary Mon the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And right after that fight, I made a video, man, and called for Stacy McKinney to be fired. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Mary Mon to fire him ASAP Ferg. You know what I mean? He did it. You know what I'm saying? He did it. Don King didn't want him to do it, but he did it. And he was able to get out his contract with Don King. Don King and Stacy McKinney, they go way back like Lincoln and Cadillacs, man. They you know what I'm saying, they go back, you know what I mean? So he got rid of Stacy McKinney. He's down there in Florida. I forget who he's working with, but he's in Florida. That's where he lives. So now he's training down there with a different trainer who I can't think of right now. But I'm looking for Emery Mon to make some noise, man. My man Juan's in the house. What's good with you, Juan? He said, where's Floyd promoting? Did you see that Radio Raheem interview with Ellery? No, I did not. I did not see it, man. I did not see it, fam. I will check it out. You know what I'm saying? What happened? I ain't see that. Did I miss something? Floyd was at the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? He spoke a little bit, talked about the fight, talked about Tank, and you know what I'm saying, he was there, you know what I mean? So he showed up. My man Lewis Coleman in the building. What's good with you, fam? He says, what's up, good people? Yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping through, man. Lewis Coleman is a guy who always shows up, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm looking forward to this co-main also. I want to see if if Bad Dude Jax, if that cut that he had to get over 100 staples or stitches or whatever he had to do to close that thing up, I want to see if it reopens. Because me myself, I didn't think he'll be fighting for a long time, man. Deep as that cut was, you know how they say he opened them up to the white meat. You know what I mean? You can see that. You can see the white meat, man. That boy, he lost a lot of blood, man. And his trainer, whose name skipped my mind right now, but I made a video, going hard on him too. You know what I mean? He keep thinking that somehow miraculously Badu was going to turn the fight around, and that gas just kept getting bigger and bigger. He kept losing more blood and more blood. Duvall, that's his name, man. Former fighter, Lou Duvall. I don't know if Badu Jack is still with him, I hope not. I didn't see him around the weigh in or the press conference. So hopefully Badu Jack got rid of his ass, man, because he claimed to care about Badu Jack and love Badu Jack. But if you love somebody, you care about him, you ain't gonna let him go through no shit like that, man, thinking he's a hero. You know what I'm saying? The fight was, he was already losing the fight. He couldn't see. You know what I mean? The cut was getting deeper and bigger and bigger. You seen Tony Weeks' shirt, man, looked like he was in a massacre or something. Looked like he was in one of them movies, Halloween movies or something. He had so much goddamn blood on him, man. But somehow this dude, Louis Duvall, man, he kept trying to pump Badu Jack up. And to Badu Jack's credit, he stayed in there and stayed with it, man. And he finished the fight, man. But that fight should have been stopped, man, long time ago. But I didn't see Duvall around the press conference. I didn't see him around the weigh-in. So hopefully Badu Jack got his ass up out of there. My man Derek Bailey said, looked like Jack was hitting the head with the hatchet. For real. No bullshit, man. Split his shit wide open, man. You ain't lying, man. That's the perfect example, man. A hatchet. That's exactly what it looked like, man. But here we are, man. Here we are. I forget when that fight was, man, but Badu Jack back. You know what I'm saying? He said he got cleared by his doctor. I just hope that fight don't that cut don't open back up, because personally I thought that might be a career ending injury. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Um, I want to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that fight. Also, man, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, their fight's been made official. They announced the fight, man. Wilder announced it on the social media. From what I'm hearing, there will not be Lewis Coleman. My man says that was a nasty cut, no doubt. From what I'm hearing, they will not have a press conference. Wilder will be in Atlanta. I believe he'll probably show up on somewhere on a telecast or something to promote the fight. And Fury will be in LA somewhere. Will be somewhere where they got a big college game. He'll be on the air on Fox promoting the fight also. So they're not going to have a opening press conference for the fight, but they will be promoting that fight, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight that I'm looking forward to also. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to have it, you know what I'm saying, but I'm looking forward to it because I know Deontay Wilder wants to you know, silence all the critics, leave no doubt that, you know what I'm saying, he is the better heavyweight, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what Fury brings to the table this time, because Fury, from what I'm seeing, he's working hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a lot of training videos from Tyson Fury. But my thing is, where's his mind at? Where's his mind, his frame of mind at? You know what I'm saying? He fires the coach, Ben Davis, who a couple weeks before was at Deontay Wilder's fight, scouting, seeing what his opponent uh, was bringing to the table new. And then the next week, is they let it be known that he's not going to be in Fury's corner. Now that was kind of strange, man, to find out, man. You know what I'm saying? You go to Vegas to scout Wilder, you know what I'm saying, for your fighter, Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? You go solo dolo, by yourself. And then next week, you let go. Tyson Fury goes and picks up Sugar Hill. You know what I mean? Sugar Hill is the nephew of Emmanuel Stewart. Um, Obviously, they worked back in the day or something, man. They say about 13 years ago. That's a long time Tyson Fury worked with him. So Tyson Fury acquiring the services of Banco Boxing. What's good with you, family? Says salute, man. Salute to you, family. I appreciate you stopping through. I'm digging your channel, man. If y'all ain't have to Banco Boxing, go check them out, man. You got a real good channel over there, man. But this tells me that Tyson Fury's mind, man, his mind is not where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean he won't perform come fight night? No, no. It just means that he's thinking maybe a little bit too much. Now I know his dad, Big John Fury, and his family. They wanted him to fire Ben Davis before. They thought that Ben Davis, had his son come in too light. You know what I mean? They didn't like his weight. You know what I mean? They want him to come in a little bigger, man. They looking to try to stop Wilder this time out. You know what I'm saying? My man Donald Brown, what's good with you, fam? He says Fury's not getting up this. He's not getting up this time. I called it. Wilder putting Fury to sleep the second half of the fight. I agree with you, fam. I definitely agree. I think Wilder has grown as a fighter. I think he will be very patient, sort of like he was in the Luis Ortiz fight. The first fight, he wasn't patient. He was anxious. He was trying to get up in there and make a statement against Fury. He did not respect his power whatsoever. But one thing I noticed, man, was, Fury did buzz Wilder a few times and backed his ass up off of him in that fight, man. So Wilder definitely got to respect Fury's power. He's a big guy, 6'9", almost 300 pounds, man. You got to respect a big boy like that, man. Fury does, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't get a lot of knockouts, but if they're working on him sitting on his punches a little bit more, then you know what I'm saying, Wilder needs to be careful because he definitely buzzed Wilder a few times. He definitely backed Wilder up off of him, man. We'll see what happens. My man James West says that's a very dangerous fight for Wilder. Fury is a sharper boxer. Hopefully, Wilder can drop that one hit or quitter on him early, and it is possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Now we know Fury's a hell of a boxer. You know what I'm saying? But the thing we learned about in a Luis Ortiz rematch. He came out looking good, best shape of his life. I'm coming in. I'm ready to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be sharp for the full 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You got to, because Wilder's power, he carries it late. It don't just stop after a little while. No, he carries that shit late. He'll knock you out in the beginning of the fight, or he'll knock your ass out in the 12th round. You know what I'm saying? Hence it like he dropped Fury last time when it was over with, man. My man Derek Bailey, he says, did he look sharp against Wallin, James West? Nah, he didn't. He didn't, little man. Wallin was in his ass for a little bit, cut him real bad, and he was on him. You know what I mean? He was on him. Now Fury did what he had to do to get the victory, but he thought it was gonna be a cakewalk. He thought he was walking into something real easy and breezy, man. But nah, that didn't happen, fam. That didn't happen. My homie Banco Boxing, he says, yeah, Fury has to be perfect for 12 rounds. That's super hard to do against Wilder. We just witnessed that with Ortiz, no doubt, man. And with Wilder coming in a little bit more focused and what I'm saying, patient, I think that he'll get the Fury a little bit earlier, man. You know what I mean? My man Donald Brown says Fury last fight when he got cut, I thought he was losing. Yeah, he was losing some of them rounds, man. But I thought in the later rounds, I thought Fury did dig deep, man. And what I'm saying, he hurt Wallin a few times, and I thought he started, really going to punish Wallin because he knew he was behind. He knew he was supposed to blow this dude out, and I think he turned it up on the second half of that fight, and therefore I believe that's how he got the victory. You know what I mean? Banco Boxing says, yeah, Wallin made the fight very ugly. Yeah, man, it was bloody. It was something. You know what I'm saying? It was an ugly ass fight. You know what I mean? It was an ugly ass fight, man. But tomorrow night's fight, man. Tomorrow night's fight, man. Tank Davis, man, who I got as he's one of my favorite fighters. If you follow my channel, you know that Tank is one of my favorite fighters, man. I think the kid got a whole lot of talent. And before the comments start coming about he ain't fighting nobody, um, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting the top competition. You know what I'm saying? But they have vowed to step their competition up in 2020. They said that this year they would be more active, and they was true to the word. This will be Tank's third fight this year. You know what I mean? So they're saying that they're going to step the competition up in 2020, and I believe that they will do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people giving Tank a lot uh of bashing, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's unwarranted, man. I think my man Banco Boxing says I got Tank in one. It could be one and done, fam. I do got him early. I don't think it'll go past 5, you know what I'm saying? But one is I'm happy with that too. But when you look at Tank, when I look at Tank, man, what I see is a very skilled, explosive young man with a lot of veracity, lot of viciousness. He's very violent, very confident, and I think the limit on Tank is the sky, man. You know what I'm saying? On his abilities is the sky. Now, the only thing left for Tank to do is to prove it against elite competition. I see a lot of people now comparing Tank to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo got a very solid victory from Richard Comey a couple weeks ago. But in my opinion, Richard Comey is solid. Don't get it twisted. But he ain't no an elite fighter. He ain't no A1 fighter. Yes, he was a champion. Yes, he is solid. But if you remember back to the fight where he fought Robert Easter, and we know I love Robert Easter, no disrespect to him, but Robert Easter, he couldn't punch himself out of a wet paper bag. Robert Easter hurt Richard Comey bad, you know what I'm saying? Almost knocked his ass out, So Teofimo Lopez knocking Richard Comey out is no surprise. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no surprise. Comey's tough, yeah. Comey can box, yeah, but Comey is flawed defensively. Comey, his chin, has been suspect for years now, and I can't say that he's an elite fighter. Now, did Teofimo look good? He did what he was supposed to do. Yes, I like Teofimo. He did what he's supposed to do, and he looked damn good doing it, man. So, shout out to Teofimo. But, Tank passed his test a couple years ago with Pedraza. You know what I'm saying? When he won the title off Pedraza, that was his Comey. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, since then, he has not fought anyone of note, and I'll be the first one to say it. He is not fought an elite fighter, but the way that he's dispatching, the way that he's beating up and busting the ass of these fighters they putting in front of him is so impressive. You know what I'm saying? Tank is 22 victories with 21 KOs. Tank got a 13 fight knockout streak, man. Tank is a fucking bull, man. Tank hits hard. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. My man Banco Boxing says Ellerby and Floyd need to let him off the leash. We got Teofimo about to fight Loma while Tank fighting Gamboa. No doubt. No doubt about it, man. Banco Boxing says, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Yeah, appreciate that, fam. Hit the like button for me, man. Derek Bailey says, facts. Donald Brown says, Fury was cut. The fight should have been stopped. And Fury losing by points. Any other fighter, it would have been. You are absolutely right, fam. You are absolutely right. And I was saying that. The whole time. You know what I'm saying? That fight would have been stopped if it wasn't so much on the line. If Top Rank ain't give Fury all that money, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to Tank, man. Tank is a bull. You know what I'm saying? And the way that he's dispatching, you know, everybody he put in front of him, you know what I'm saying, making it look so easy, that people just automatically just looking at his competition saying these dudes is bums. These dudes ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? And they may not be A-level fighters, but they're solid fighters, and Tank just making them look like they ain't shit. You know what I mean? Tank is an animal, man. And he's going to make Gamboa look like he ain't shit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to say he was supposed to do that. Gamboa's 40 years old. Gamboa got beat up by Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? Gamboa got what? 2 losses on his record. And that's against one of the best fighters of this generation, Terrence Crawford, and against a guy who I can't even pronounce his name, man, but he got knocked out on both fights. You know what I'm saying? But Gamboa's a solid fighter. I think it'll be a decent test to see what Tank does with another athlete that's athletic, quick, and I got a little bit of punching power. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how Tank fares with that. You know what I mean? Banco Boxing says the good fighters will try the Mike Tyson theory on Tank. They'll try to push him late. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't think that's gonna work though. You know what I mean? I don't think that's gonna work, man. Tank is the truth. He's an animal. He's a silverback gorilla. He gonna come in there and try to rip Gamboa's head off, man. My man Donald Brown says Tank is a beast. Tank can can stop Loma. I've been saying that for the longest, man. I'm kind of swole that Teofimo might get Loma before Tank. I wanted Tank to be the one to knock Loma's ass off. You know what I mean? My man, legendary Top Cats in the in the building. He says, "Turn up, fam." Hey man, listen, man. If y'all ain't hep to my man, legendary Top Cats, go over there, check him out, hit that subscribe button, man. He bring that fire to you, man. He bring that fire, man. Um, but Tank is the truth, man. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but Tank will 95% he's likely to fight Leo Santa Cruz next year, early next year, first quarter, and it'll be on pay per view. And Tank's going to get a lot of heat from that because again, they're going to say Leo's coming up. He's bringing somebody up in weight. He was just at 126, then he moved to 130. Now Tank's going to bring him up to 135. But you got to understand, it's Leo's scared ass that's been calling Tank out. Leo's the one been calling Tank out. Every interview did you see him and he got tank mouth in his Tank's name in his mouth? I don't understand. I don't know if the boy got a death wish or what, if he want to, end his career, if he don't want to box no more, but he calling out the wrong motherfucker, man. Tank gonna beat the shit down Leo's legs, man. Leo don't got enough power to keep Tank off of him. He throws a lot of punches, yeah, but Tank is just gonna get inside and beat him up. He's tall too, man. Tank gonna destroy Leo Santa Cruz, man. That fight don't go past 3 rounds, man. And what they're looking for, the reason why they're going to accept that fight, because they know that Leo Santa Cruz is a draw. They know Leo Santa Cruz, what I'm saying, he brings a decent following. And Tank wanna, try to, you know, uh gain as much revenue as possible. And fighting Leo Santa Cruz that he'll get a nice fat bag, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why he'll accept that challenge. But you can almost bet your house that that's gonna be Tank's first fight, um, uh, first quarter of 2020. If Leo don't, back out the fight. We know Leo Santa Cruz, man. He's a little scary, man. He didn't want to fight Lil Gary. He was running from Lil Gary Russell for I don't know how long. It's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. He say, yeah, I'll fight him. I'm not scared of him, but he ain't make no effort to do so, man. My man Donald Brown says Tank broke 3 fingers through 3 fighters' noses in sparring the same day in the gym in Baltimore. He's a beast, no question, man. Tank hits hard, man. You know what I'm saying? When he first came to Mayweather gym, man, Floyd had him sparring everybody. You know what I'm saying? All type of fighters, sizes, and shapes. Floyd brought them all. You know what I mean? And Tank punished them. You know what I'm saying? Tank punished them. Got that work in real good, man. My man Banco Boxing says Leo Santa Cruz trying to cash out. He must be. He got a death wish or something, because ain't no way in the world he can do anything to keep Javante Davis off of him. I just can't see it. I cannot see it, man. He don't punch hard enough. He throw a lot of punches, man. Them pity pat punches. Tank going eat them up, chew them up, and spit them out. You understand me? It's gonna be a bad night for Leo, man. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. Donald Brown says Tank versus Leo is supposed to be a pay-per-view fight. Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. And for the reasons I just said, you know what I'm saying? It's proven that Tank's a big draw, man. You know what I mean? Tank is selling tickets like hotcakes down there in the ATL, man. You know what I'm saying? You see what he did in Baltimore. You know what I mean? And Leo Santa Cruz, he got that California scene sold up, man. You know what I'm saying? The essays they coming out to see Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I like Leo. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's a good, decent fighter. You know what I mean? But he need to stay where he's at 126, man, because he ain't got nothing for Tank. You know what I mean? Here he go. Here he go. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. My man, Mansoor Watson, what's good with you, fam? He said, you still riding with Tank. You better know it. You already know what it is, man. My man, Tank is my guy. I ain't jumping off that train unless he ain't fight nobody by the end of 2020. If he ain't get in there with somebody elite next year, I'm jumping off the Tank train. But until then, I'm riding with my man Tank Silverback Davis, man. My man Warren says Santa Cruz is scared, but what about Tank with Loma, Haney, and Farmer? Here we go. Yeah, this is what I want to talk about. Tank, I think he will destroy Lomachenko. A couple years ago when that fight was being talked about, I do think there was some hesitation in Tank. There was a lot of hype surrounding Lomachenko. Tank was what, 21, 22 at the time, and I do think he was a little, unsure if he can beat Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying, at that time. But right now, I think he's full of confidence, man. I think he really want that fight. I think he'll, you know what I'm saying? I think he'll stop Loma, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Devin Haney, um, I believe the same thing. I believe that he really wants that fight. But that fight, what I'm saying, I can't pick a winner in that fight. I think Devin Haney is also the creme of the crop. You know what I'm saying? I think Haney and Tank would be a very, very good fight. I can't pick a winner to that fight, but I do think that they will fight sometime in down the road. You know what I'm saying? They're both young. Devin Haney just turned 21. Tank is 25. You know what I'm saying? I do think they'll fight. You know what I'm saying? I just think that right now they ain't gonna make that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a good fight, man. I think Tank, you know, um, I think he'll take that fight. I think Haney will take that fight. They have sparred in the past. And from what I heard, you know what I'm saying, it was some very good sessions. You know what I'm saying? I don't think either one of them walked away thinking that they got the better of the other one. You know what I'm saying? As far as Tevin Farmer, I like Farmer. He's from PA. I'm from PA. It's PA all day. But I think Tank will stop Farmer also, man. I just think that that the reason why that fight didn't happen is Tank got Al Heyman, got Leonard Ellerbe, got Floyd Mayweather in his ear. They're telling him, trying to direct him on a certain path, a certain, they're trying to guide his career a certain way. They're telling him, look at Floyd, look what we did with Floyd. This could be you if you just listen to us. You know what I mean? You just gotta listen to us. Let us guide your career, and we're gonna make you a megastar. We're gonna make you a multi-millionaire. And I just think that's why we didn't get the Farmer versus Davis fight, man. But I think Tank smokes Farmer easily, in my opinion. Easily, in my opinion. He hits too hard for him, man. He hits too hard for him. Let me see. Man, Sir Watson says they're selling those tickets real cheap, I heard. Hey man, listen, man, them tickets is going like hotcakes, fam. They going like hotcakes. They showing up for Tank, man. You're gonna see all the stars there, man. It's gonna be like the Oscars, like the Grammys, like the BET awards, man. Everybody who's anybody from Atlanta is gonna be in that goddamn place tomorrow night, man. Donna Brown says Gary Russell called out Leo Santa Cruz and his dad. And Leo Santa Cruz ain't want none of that smoke, fam. He ain't wanted none of that smoke, man. Man, so Watson comes back and he says, Cruz got to move up, and then Tank might miss weight again. Isn't this the third time he missed weight, though? No, Tank only missed weight one time, man, and that was on the Conor McGregor undercard. That's when he fought Francisco Fonseca, and he lost his title. He lost the IBF title in that fight. Other than that, Tank has never missed weight. Even today, he didn't miss weight. He came in a little over. He came in a pound or some change over. He took some time and he came back and made that weight like a professional should. You understand me? So, he made the weight. You know what I mean? He made the weight. So he didn't miss weight. Mansell Watson says, we got to see how Haney recovers from his injury. Haney is young as hell to be having a serious surgery like he just had. I agree with you, fam. And, I want to talk more about that, man. I ain't going to talk about it on this stream, but I want to talk more about that Haney situation because I'm just a little peculiar how he announces that we should see a picture with him in a sling and in a hospital bed, and a couple days later, WBC names him champion in recess. You know what I'm saying? There's been guys, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, other champions who have had injuries and never have they put them in recess so quick. I mean, within a week, Devin Haney was champion in recess, and we didn't hear no protests from Devin Haney. No protest from Devin Haney, which leads me to believe that Devin Haney he kind of agreed. He had kind of agreed to that. He knew what was going on, man. But that's for another video, and we'll talk about that another time, man. But yeah, I want to dig a little deeper into that, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Sir Watson says, I'm tired of hearing about who we think Tank will defeat. Let's see this dude fight someone already. Yeah, me too. Me too. 2020 is the year, man. So we'll see what's up. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's up. My man Donald Brown, G5, what you think? What you think about Tevin Farmer? Tevin Farmer, I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody in the comment section. I think Tevin Farmer is got hella skills. Tevin Farmer is, a real good, slick boxer, man. I like Tevin Farmer, man. I like how he came from the mud and came back and overcome so much and to get where he is at. And you know what I'm saying? He's so active. He's fighting all these guys, man, taking on tough competition, decent competition. You know what I'm saying? I got to admire Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing but love for Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? He's a good solid fighter. I just think that, Tank will destroy him. I just think Tank will destroy him. I just think, and to be honest with you, man, I'm a big Tank supporter. I'm a big Javante Tank Davis fan. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes, I want to see him step up and fight some more, some elite fighters in 2020. Yes. But to be honest with you, from 126 to 135, with the exception of Devin Haney, I think Tank smokes them all. Devin Haney and Tank will be a toss-up right now. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think Tank smokes them all, man. I think Tank is just too explosive and too powerful, man. But we will have to see. That's just my opinion. Like assholes, we all got an opinion. You understand? We all got an opinion, and that's mine. That's mine. My man Juan, says Ryan Garcia's will one day KO Tank. Watch. We'll see. Ryan Garcia hits hard. He hits hard. I was really impressed with this last fight, man. Ryan Garcia looked it really good. Um, he down there with the Reynosos. I think they're working hard with him. They're, you know what I'm saying? They getting them right. They getting them right. And I think, you know, uh he put out something on social media, man, saying he want Tank in 2020. I think that'll be too soon. If he fight Tank next year, man, I think that'll be too soon, and I think he gets knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I think he got to work on his defense a little bit more. The way he pulls back, he pulls straight back in the line with his chin up. I think Tank a sleeper, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to learn to pull back on angles. You know what I'm saying? Got to learn to hold that phone after he throws a punch. You know what I mean? He got to work on his defense a little bit more, but I do see him getting better. I do like him. You know what I mean? And I think that that'll be a big fight in a year or two, just not next year, in my opinion. My man Warren says Tank is good, fam. No doubt. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. I just want to see him fight better competition, like all you guys has been talking about. My man Mansoor says today's fans are in love with punchers. Sweet Pea boxed up a lot of big punchers. Ivan Calderon couldn't punch a lick, and he went undefeated for a very long time versus heavy hitters. No doubt, I understand that. Sweet Pea is one of my favorite fighters of all time, man. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him and rapping to him for a while, man. Earlier this year, like a couple months right before the car accident, man. Sweet Peas, he was a beast. You know what I'm saying? Look at Chris Bird. He couldn't punch a lick, man. He was able to get that heavyweight title. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters who can't punch, but got defensive skills. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that separates them is that those same fighters who couldn't punch, you know what I mean, they had chins. They was able to take a punch, you know what I mean, from a heavy-handed puncher. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've seen Tevin Farmer buzzed, you know what I'm saying? Pedraza stopped him, you know what I mean? I think Tank knocks him out, man. That's just my opinion. I think Tank knocks him out. Mansoor said, comes back and says, all anyone knows is Tank has some skills and he hits hard. We don't know how he fights in the trenches. We don't know if he has a chin, can he take it to the body or anything. You know what? Your comment got a lot of validity, man. You know what I'm saying? You got, we want to see him. We want to see him in those situations. And and before this is I always say, man, before I crown a fighter king, I got to see him in those situations. I got to see him um, handle adversity, come back from adversity. You look at the boy F.A. Ajaba last week. Everybody's ready to crown him king. You know what I'm saying, man? That boy got sat down, man. You know what I mean? That dude sat him down. You know what I mean? Sat him down. He was too overconfident, man. Relying too heavy on his power, not moving his head. You know what I'm saying? F.A. Ajaba, he got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do, and he got his ass sat down you know. But I think he's in the right situation with Ronnie Shields. I think Ronnie Shields will move him along, just right. He's a young guy. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he works on that head movement. Hopefully he don't just rely on his punching power. You know what I'm saying? Because when he think he got a guy hurt, he just throws caution to the wind and tries to finish him. And that guy that he was fighting, I can't think of his name right now. He has something ready for his ass. You understand me? He had something ready for his ass, man, and he sat the Nigerian Nightmare down, man. You know what I mean? He sat him on his ass, but he was able to get up and get the stoppage and win like he was supposed to. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But what that showed him is that, hey, I got to tighten up a few things. You know what I'm saying? There's a few things that, you know what I mean, I ain't know about myself. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see where it comes. I know Ronnie Shields was talking about stepping him up if he looks good in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And after that performance, I gotta think they're gonna put a halt to that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put a halt to it. They want to see him in a couple more fights before they step him up, man. My man Donald Brown says when Haney was with Mayweather Sr., him and Tank sparred. I've been a Tank and Earl Spence fan since the amateurs. Yeah, they sparred, man. I heard they had some very good sessions too. Very good sessions. My man Warren says Tank has ferocity. As long as he keeps it, he'll be all right. Ferocity. No question. No question. He's violent, man. He like violence. You know what I'm saying? Tank the silverback. Gorilla Davis, man. He likes violence, man. You see the way after he destroys somebody, he go up on the top rope like a silverback and beat on his chest, man. You know what I mean? He like that shit. He like that violence, man. We're gonna see what he do with this uh the Olympic gold medal winner, Yoriorkis Gamboa. My man Donald Brown says, man, I hated that when F.A. Ajaba got sat down. I wanted to put him on AJ. Man, yeah, I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? I was shocked, man. But that just shows that he got a little bit more polishing to do. You know what I'm saying? He ain't all the way polished. You know what I mean? Which is understandable. A couple years ago, man, he was kicking the ball on the soccer field. So I think they're moving him along like they should, slowly. You know what I'm saying? Slowly. Mansoor says, I think Danny is a gatekeeper with a big name at welterweight. He's only won his tune-up fights and lost his big ones. Spence said he doesn't need a tune-up fight after the accident to get ready for Danny. Man, I'm liking damn, that's strange that you would say that, man. You a Philly boy, man. You from PA, man. You know what I'm saying? Where's your loyalty, man? Where your loyalty at, fam? Fam? Huh? Talk to me, man. Nah, but I think Danny got a lot of confidence right now, man. Danny got a lot of confidence. He watched the Sean Porter fight, and he's seen that Earl Spence is human. He's seen that he was human, man. Because excuse me, before the Sean Porter fight, Spence was looking like Superman. You know what I mean? But the way he chose to fight Porter, we seen that he was human. And Danny Garcia, he seen he was human. So he got a lot of confidence, man. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking if I can hit Spence, I got a chance to beat him. You know what I'm saying? If I can hit him, I got a chance to beat him. We know Danny Garcia got some solid power. You know what I mean? And that's what he's banking on in Earl Spence fight. He's never going to outbox Earl Spence. Never. Only thing he can do is try to knock Earl Spence out. You know what I'm saying? And which is possible, you know what I'm saying? Which is possible because Danny Garcia, he has overcome adversity plenty of times, man. He has, been the underdog plenty of times and surprised us all. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. We'll see. My man Mansoor comes back and says, "I'm not feeling Danny no more, bro. I'm very disappointed in how he's been moving since he moved up. Philly fans are loyal to Warriors, and Danny seems to be looking for the big fight to retire off of." I agree with you. I agree with you, man. And now that everybody keep talking about Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, man, how does Sean Porter get rewarded with another championship fight after taking an L? You know what I'm saying? I think it would be a hell of a fight. Yes, I think it would be a hell of a fight. But besides a hell of a fight and besides Sean Porter's name, what's the upside for Terrence Crawford to fight Sean Porter? Just before the fight with Earl Spence, everybody was talking about how Sean Porter couldn't sell out a family dinner, how Sean Porter, don't have no fan base, how he was a man with no land and all that type of talk right there. You know what I'm saying? So if there's no financial upside to fighting Sean Porter has no title. Sean Porter coming off a L, what is Terrence Crawford going to get out of fighting Sean Porter except his name on his scalp? Except pleasing the fans who want to see him against a top welterweight. I understand. I would love to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see a fight, but you got to put yourself in another guy's shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? And people making this big deal about Terrence Crawford's interview on the Zone, saying that him and Sean are friends, and I'm seeing all these videos saying Terrence Crawford is ducking Sean. But you got to remember, Sean Porter was the one who first stated that him and Crawford were friends, and that they're not going to fight unless they come to terms. And to this day, I still haven't heard Porter say he want to fight Crawford. I hear his daddy say it. His daddy say it plenty of times, but I have not heard Sean Porter those words come out of his mouth. I want to fight Terrence Crawford. I have not heard him come out of his mouth. And people are getting on Crawford for the interview that he did on the Zone, saying that those guys are friends, and he's not looking at that fight right now. Sean Porter said the same thing on multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a video about it, man. I'm gonna pull up the link, and I'm gonna put every time he said it about 3 or 4 times. And said nobody's gonna force him to do it, and they're gonna do it when they're ready to do it. So I don't understand why Terrence Crawford's getting all this flack when they both said it. Sean Porter never come out and say that he wants to fight him. Let me get back to this chat. My man Donald Brown says Danny Garcia says he don't waste punches. He don't throw punches. If he don't hit Spence, damn, this thing is acting up. Danny Garcia says he don't waste punches. He don't throw punches if he don't. This thing is fucking up. Will Spence threw over 100 punches around. Yes, he did, man. Especially in that Mikey fight. What they say he threw over 1,000 punches or some crazy shit. Demore 77, what's good with you, fam? He says, let me put your comment on the screen. He said the upside is that he adds a high caliber opponent on his resume. I agree with you. That's what I said. That's the only thing that that he gains. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that he gains. But Danny Garcia is ranked number 1 in the WBO. Danny Garcia is coming off a win. You know what I'm saying? Should he beat Ivan Redkach, I think, I think he should fight Terrence Crawford. That would be a more appealing fight, being that he's coming off of 2 wins, being that he's number 1 in the WBO rankings. You know what I'm saying? But Sean Porter, he needs to get a win first. Sort of like, people was getting on, we're talking shit about Mikey Garcia fighting Manny Pacquiao next. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about how they going to promote that fight when Mikey Garcia just came off a loss. How they going to promote him fighting Manny Pacquiao? How they going to justify that? How does Mikey Garcia deserve to fight a Manny Pacquiao coming off a loss? Same thing with Sean Porter. How does he deserve to fight for another title coming off a loss? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think he lost the fight before that against Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Did he have a hell of a performance against Earl Spence? Absolutely. Would Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter be a hell of a fight? Absolutely. I would love to see that fight. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna knock Terrence Crawford if he don't jump right on that. You know what I mean? My man Mansoor says, I agree 100% with you, bro. But Bud will most likely get the name recognition and money. Bud is just building up his legacy. He ain't gonna get no money fighting Sean Porter. He ain't gonna get no money. Sean Porter gonna want the bag. Terrence Crawford gonna want the bag. Where they gonna find this money at? Where they gonna find this money at? You know what I mean? Everybody just said Sean Porter cannot sell out a family dinner. Where are they gonna find this money at to pay these dudes the money that they want? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it happens, fam. I don't think it happens. Donald Brown says, all I'm saying is Crawford needs to fight some of the elite fighters. I agree with you, man. And that's why I say I would love to see him fight Sean Porter. But at the same time, I'm not going to crucify him if he doesn't jump at the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? James West says, I hope that Spence doesn't rush back. He needs to get his body healed completely. Also, he needs to get his mind right. He has picked up some bad habits that could jeopardize his career. Yeah, fam. Yeah. Maybe Spence needs a tune-up fight, but he says he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And we'll only know once we see him in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be able to gauge it, by sparring and by training and being able to see how his body feels, man. And if he gets in a heated sparring session and don't feel up to it, then you know what I'm saying he may change his tune. James West says, hopefully that crash will be his wake up call. I think it will in a lot of ways, man. Um, you know, uh, 9 times out of 10, whoever was in that car will be dead right now. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, maybe 9.5 times out of 10, man. And for Earl Spence to walk away from an accident that horrific, you know what I'm saying, is only a blessing. It's truly a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I think, he will, tighten up some things, man. Tighten up some things. And I think he'll come back better than ever, man. Earl Spence is a trooper. He's a warrior. He showed that, man, how hungry he was when he went over there, crossed the pond in front of 30,000 hostile Brits and wouldn't be denied, man. You know what I'm saying? Beat the brakes off of Kell Brook and came back, man. That was a lot of pressure for him to go and do that, man, on that type of stage. You know what I'm saying? And I think he'll come through this, man. I think he'll come solid. Mansur Watson says people are calling Sean Porter high caliber, but it's the same Sean Porter that the had to fight Julio Diaz twice to get a clear win. Meanwhile, Juan Diaz stopped Julio. Porter only beat Danny, to be honest. And that was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are on this Sean Porter train is because that he gave Earl Spence such a tough fight. And there are a lot of Earl Spence fans, you know what I'm saying? And those fans, you know what I'm saying, in order to justify Earl being in such a tough fight, they gotta prop up Porter. You know what I'm saying? They gotta prop up Porter, man. But I like Porter. I think he's a solid fighter. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what's next for him. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's next for him, man. But that Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Wilder Furies is official. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about Anthony Joshua saying that he'll train with Fury to beat Wilder? Everybody was you know ragging on that. You know what I'm saying? My man Juan says Fury versus Wilder pay-per-view price. I don't know, man. It'll probably be $80. The usual. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be $80, something crazy like that. A lot of people was giving AJ, a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying? Why would a champion face another champ? You know what I mean? Want to spar with another champion. Like it was out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? But you see Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo, they was both champions sparring each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not out of the ordinary to do something like that. When Deontay Wilder first won his title, you know what I'm saying? He went over there and sparred David Hay. You know what I'm saying? It's not out of the ordinary, man. Donald Brown says Crawford versus Ugas. That's a good one. I would love to see that. That would be a good one. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Mansur Watson says they prop up Porter and then made excuses to why Earl didn't deliver in their predictions. Yep, they're gonna do that. They gonna do that. You know what I mean? But listen, man, I've been on here for an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's just a spontaneous stream. I'm gonna try to do more streams, man, to just start to be more active on this thing, man. To engage with to my man, the mayor 77 says Porter beat up Birdo. Yeah, he beat Birdo's ass, man. That was his most dominant performance besides beating Polly's ass. He beat the brakes off of Birdo. James West says Earl Spence most of the Porter camp losing weight. Spent most of the Porter camp losing weight. Yeah, man. And he talked about not doing that after the Mikey fight. He said, "You know what? I ain't gonna blow up and wait again. I'm gonna stay on point like a brand new Sharpie." And then he did it again, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But listen, man, I appreciate y'all joining the stream tonight, man. If you haven't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on the way out. I'm going try to go live for this fight tomorrow just to chop it up, man. We'll see. We'll see what's up, man. But I'm new to this StreamYard thing, man. It worked pretty good. I might roll with it, man. But the other thing that I was working with that I normally work with, it was messing up with me, man. Peace to y'all, Derek Bailey, Donald Brown. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all coming through. James West, Mansour Watson, Demir 77, Juan, uh who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else did I miss, man? I think I got y'all, man. Listen, man, I appreciate all y'all coming through. My man Banco Boxing, legendary Top Cats, everybody who came through, I appreciate it, man. In the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holla back.